one, the Eberhard & Co. Chronographe 1887. Now, this is a watch that somehow manages to feel brand new and like 100 years old at the same time. So let's unpack this really cool mix of modern watchmaking and some seriously deep history.
You know, someone described this watch as cutting a dashing retro chic figure, and honestly, I think that phrase just nails it. It's got this sophisticated, stylish vibe for sure, but you can also tell it has a real story behind it.
And that story really brings us to the core question here. How do you actually do that? How do you take more than 130 years of history and pack it all into a watch that feels totally modern? You know, how do you make the past feel, well, present? Okay, so where do we even start to find the answer? I think it begins with the watch's whole philosophy. It's this intentional mix of that dashing retro look with some seriously modern engineering. And believe me, none of this is by accident. It's a statement.
Yeah, and this design, it's not just some generic, vintage-inspired look. Nope, the watchmakers at Eberhard, they went straight to the source, their own museum. They pulled inspiration directly from actual chronograph models from the 1930s, which was like a total golden age for the brand.
So to really get what makes this watch tick, we've got to deconstruct it. We're going to go piece by piece, look at the case, the dial, and all the little details that give it so much character. And right away, you see that blend of old and new. I mean, look at the specs. You get a totally modern 41.5 millimeter case, sapphire crystals, a solid 50-meter depth rating. But then you see these amazing retro details, that oversized crown, which just screams pilot's watch, and these super elegant lyre lugs. They call them that because they literally look like a little harp, a design straight out of the 50s. It's like a conversation between two different times, and it's all happening right there on your wrist. Now, look at the edge of the dial. See that scale? That's a telemeter. And yeah, today it's just a really cool retro feature, but it used to have a life or death purpose. Seriously, back in wartime, a soldier could see the flash of enemy fire, start the chronograph, and then stop it the second they heard the boom. That scale would instantly tell them how far away that danger was. Pretty incredible stuff. The dial itself is just beautifully balanced. It's got that classic bicompax layout, which just means two subdials set side by side. You've got these sharp, syringe-style hands for readability, but the real star of the show, you gotta admit, is that blue spiral right in the middle. And it's not just for looks. That's a tachometer for measuring speed. It's a design that's as useful as it is unique. Okay, so we've covered the outside. Now let's go deeper and look at the engine inside this thing. We're talking about a really sophisticated mechanism called a flyback chronograph. And it has its own amazing story that starts in the cockpit of a plane. And this is so important. The flyback wasn't just invented to be fancy. It was a serious tool. Imagine you're a pilot, you're navigating, you need to time one leg of your journey, then immediately start timing the next. You don't have time to push 3 different buttons: stop, reset, start. You need something instant. You need one push to do it all. And here's how it works. It's actually pretty simple. The top button, that's your standard start and stop. No surprises there. But the magic is in the little pusher that's built right into the crown. While the timer is running, you give that a single push, and the seconds hand zips or flies back to 0 and just keeps on going. It's one smooth, seamless action. Just a brilliant piece of engineering. So what's powering all this? It's the Calibre EB280. And listen, this is not some off-the-shelf movement they just dropped in. Eberhard developed this with AMT, which is Sellita's high-end super specialist division. It's a manual winding, column-wheel chronograph. That's the good stuff, what gives you that smooth, satisfying pusher feel. And it's been heavily customized with that special coaxial pusher. Oh, and you gotta love this detail. See that shield-shaped bridge? That's a trademark Eberhard registered way back in 1892. It's like a historical signature on a modern engine that, by the way, has a 62-hour power reserve. So all this amazing design, this cool engineering, it didn't just appear out of thin air. To really get this watch, you have to understand the brand itself and its surprisingly deep history of innovation, a history that honestly a lot of people have overlooked. I mean, sure, serious collectors, they know the name,
But for most people, Eberhard's role as a true pioneer in chronographs is kind of a hidden story. But make no mistake, they were right there shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names you can think of, really pushing what a wristwatch was capable of. Just look at the track record. They were founded in 1887. By 1919, they already had one of the most advanced wristwatch chronographs out there. Then, in 1935, they came out with an innovative double pusher model. And get this, by 1939, they were making one of the most complex and difficult things in all of watchmaking, a split-seconds chronograph. I mean, that is a serious pedigree. Okay, so we've looked at the design, we've gone inside the movement, and we've touched on the history. That brings us to the bottom line, right? Why does this watch actually matter? What's the big takeaway here? So let's do a quick recap of the nuts and bolts. You've got that custom EB280 flyback movement inside, a very healthy 62-hour power reserve. And this is a big one. It's a limited edition. The price is sitting at just under 7,000 euros. And that limited edition number, 250, is so important. That's 250 pieces for each color. That's it. So you're not just getting a watch, you're getting something genuinely rare. An object that's both a nod to history and truly exclusive. So let's go back to that first question we asked. How do you pack history into a modern watch? Well, I think this Chronographe 1887 gives us a pretty good answer. It suggests that maybe history doesn't belong behind museum glass. It makes a powerful case that the best way to honor the past isn't just to look at it, but to build on it, to wear it. Maybe history is most alive when it's right there with you, every single day, on your wrist. Thanks for joining me on this Explainer.